So it's just a matter of, as you guys know, just making sure we get it exactly right. So with the site inspection reports, we've taken the time to actually meet with the casual leasing manager on each site. We've spoken with them, we've got the big tick from them in terms of exactly where the site has to go. So we've given you a map. It's got some fixed points, whether it be coloured tiles or an expansion joint, a rubbish bin, something that won't move, distances from the store on either side. You need to make sure your kiosk's in the exact right spot. We've had instances where a particularly grouchy casual leasing manager has made someone move at 5 centimetres simply because fire restrictions say they've got to have a 3 metre gap between the store and ours. If it's 2.95, they've had to move it to 5 centimetres, otherwise they get held up by the fire codes. So please just make sure you've got that exactly right. Meet with the casual leasing manager before you move in, have a chat to them, double check that they're happy with exactly where you're going to put it. If it's a couple of days beforehand, even put some tape on the floor so you know exactly where it's going to be when you move in, so you've got no problems there.
And just, the why we've been so painful with site inspection reports, because you've been there, done that, you sort of know, what you're going to do. And the why is all about, we have to be in the exact same right spot because of fire regulations in the main. So it's often, they'll come through with a tape measure to get that, as well as the fact that we occupy the exact space that we said we were going to, because again, it is a lease and it is a firm binding contract. And as you guys know, to move an entire kiosk 5 centimetres and doing it properly means you largely have to reassemble the whole thing. So she's not light, so again, we're not telling you how to suck eggs because you've been there, you've done that. It's just please be extra careful with it.
Okay, the other thing we started last year was where we could, we sourced storage for a number of sites within the actual shopping centre. That worked really well for us and for yourselves as well. So at our expense, where people have indicated and where we've been able to, we've actually sought storage for you again this year. So again, when you're meeting with the casual leasing manager, have a chat to them, find out where your storage is, find out if you sweet talk them. You may be able to get the calendars in and stock up perhaps a day early if they give you the key for it. Now they're under no obligation to do that, so it's up to you and your expertise in terms of whether or not you can move in a day early. So sweet talk them, and that way you've only got to get the actual fixtures and that in on the night, and you plan to grab stock, not everything else as well. So it just takes a bit of heat off you.
Have you found being nice to the CLMs? Jess, you have a question?
Yeah, are we all getting our storage this year?
Not everyone will have storage. It's where we've been able to source it from the actual shopping centres. So it could be as high as sort of 75% of the sites will have storage, but not every single site. Simply because shopping centres have built themselves for retail, but they forgot the storage in all the cases or haven't built sufficient. Being a casual lease, we get the last preference in terms of storage, so they'll always look after their permanent tenants that are with them for the 12 months of the year ahead of us, so we get what's left in often the case.
Our aim is to give everyone storage or something, definitely.
The other one, just on your move-in night, obviously check to make sure that the lighting, the air conditioning is working well in this room at the moment, it's nice and cool, and also your security guard's your best friend as well. What loading docks you're able to use, whether you move in through the main front door, which might be the closest point, or whether they're going to force you to come in through the actual loading dock. What time you can start, usually 5, 10 past 5, whatever it might be, where you can park the truck. All those sorts of things you just need to cover off with the leasing manager, and then make sure the security guard knows that. Grab his phone number nice and early so you've got that if you've got any problems on the night. In some centres, the security might only be there for an hour or two after close. Do we need to organise for security to hang around so you can actually do everything you need to do and get out of there?